What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the heavy tank number 6. This is one of the tanks that I'm predicting to be on World Tanks console here soon. And while I'm getting my HDMI, getting my new one, because I have not had the time to go to the store and get a new one. I had one working for a while, and then I got to have two, and it just stopped. It just pooped out. It just burnt out or something. And I tried to fix it, and there was just not a whole lot of fixing to it. Um, the lines that were missing on console is the Japanese heavy line and the a few premium tanks, mainly this line right here, and these tanks right here, and these little things, and the Czechoslovakian tree, obviously. But right now, we're going to do a little review on the heavy tank number 6, or the Japanese Tiger. The Tiger that's in the game right now, with the Tiger 1, it's a tier 7, this is a tier 6. This is the more historical Tiger because this gets this gun, which is actually going to be buffed here soon in 1.5, 1.9, I keep wanting to say 1.5, in the 9.15 update on here from 132 pin to 145. If this gun gets buffed on console, which, you know, this tank's been out for a while, so has the tank line itself, I doubt we'll get the buff to the short 88mm gun, but it does need it because it just seems a little underwhelming. But I do understand why. It's got 132 pin. You play War Thunder has 162. I've noticed that most of the same guns in World of Tanks and War Thunder, I understand that they do have different shells, and they do have different kinds of shells like armor piercing and other things. I'm not saying that there was a shell that the 88 shot that didn't have that much pin, but for balance purposes in War of Tanks, it's a lot different from War Thunder. But this short 88 does seem a little bit underwhelming in War of Tanks, but it gets the job done, mainly because it is a tier 6. But with this gun, it can see tier 8s. You do have a lot of armor piercing composite rigid pin at 171, but I think it goes from 132 to 145 or somewhere around that area in the next patch on PC. Now, since we've had this tank on PC for a while, the thing is, on PC, they're getting rid of most of the tanks that have preferential matchmaking. That's not happening on console anytime soon, so don't worry about that. My predictions for this tank on console is that you're probably going to see it with preferential matchmaking. It cost, well, let me go back because it will show me. It costs $37.50. If they introduce it like they did the Su-100Y or the Chinukai, which is that right there, it's only $1,500. You can get it in a bundle for around, I forgot how much I paid for the Chinukai, but it was not that expensive. The heavy tank number 6 is probably going to be in a bundle from just the tank, then loaded, then fully loaded. I probably assume that it's going to be around 30 or 6,500 gold. Second's going to be around 4,000, and then you're going to pay the base price for the tank at $37.50. So max, this tank is going to cost $30. Obviously, when you get fully loaded, you're going to get for heavy tank, you're probably going to get vents, rammer, gun lane drive. That's just what I assume, because that's what they've sold with other tanks. You're going to get your 100% crew, obviously, your garage slot, probably 7 days of premium, maybe some silver. because the tank is only worth 3750, and if they put it in a thing for 6500 or 6000, around the $30 range, they're going to make it to where you do get your $30 worth or a little bit more based on the bundle itself. What they did with the Chinook High, they did the similar thing to it. The STA2 is already in the game, but this indicates that this will show the heavy tank line coming soon. A little bit more about this tank itself is that it is basically just a Tiger at tier 6 with a short gun and less hit points. The hit points we have is 1500 for tier 7, and this has 1950 or 950. The horsepower is only 650, and the top speed is 40 kilometers an hour, which you don't really hit that. The traverse speed is only 26, and you'll see by the replays that I have that it's not the fastest tank, but it doesn't catch on fire. But the engine does get knocked out a lot due to the front transmission on this thing. The rate of fire is really good at 8. A little over 8.5 rounds a minute, and the 220 alpha damage it has is giving it around, around about 2,000 damage a minute at 1,885. The traverse speed for the turret is, well, 20 degrees. It's not the fastest and it's not the slowest. The view range is only 370, which is kind of low, and the signal range is 620, which I don't see where that's a problem. The view range is low, so if you do stick with your allies, you don't really have a problem. And being that it is a Tiger, it is really fucking heavy. And if anybody rams you, other than a OI or some super heavy tank like that, they'll know that you're a little bit bigger than them. For a tier 6, if you compare it, this is 57, this is 41. This is the other, well, this is a tier 6, the other tier 6. This is pretty much the Tiger's turret for the VK36. Has about the same armor on this tank, and this, I don't have it fully upgraded, so you're not going to see, because this also gets the 88, and if you compare these two directly, this one kind of comes out on top in my honest opinion. If I had everything upgraded, you'd see the total difference, but the engine on this albeit lighter, does not get anywhere near the speed as this thing does. But due to soft stats and stuff, they, from what I can tell, they move about the same speed. This does get its engine knocked out about the same amount, but if you want a similar tank, just get this fully upgraded. And basically that's how this tank works, just this is a little bit wider. You can tell it's a little bit bigger target, and a little bit, you can see there's not a whole lot to hit. This is wide, and the hatch up here sticks up taller than it does on the Tiger 1's turret. But yeah, we're gonna get straight into the games. This video is gonna be pieced together based on the games, so if there's any transition problems, I'm sorry, but there shouldn't be. So I'll see you in the first one. Alright, so here we go finally with the games. It's been kind of rough actually trying to do these things, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm trying to use my XSplit. Trying to use my Roxio thing to do it. Tried Windows Movie Maker, just trying to get the recording audio, but not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to do that. When I normally do War Thunder videos and they're not pieced together, I don't have a problem. But when I do more than one game, it's problem. Now the problem that we were having before is when I use Roxio for certain things, it decides it wants to make things laggy and jumpy after I get done rendering them. So let's just hope that that doesn't happen. So, this is a tier 6 game, obviously, and it's on, end skill. Ain't a whole lot to talk about right now. I was looking at my phone, my bad. So, like I said, this game, it isn't, I end up, you know, losing, but I still do kind of my part, in my opinion. Like I said, do I think that this tank is worth it? Yeah, I do. The only problem that I have with this is the low pen, but it'll probably be buffed, but we won't get it. And if we do, it's going to be the same, but preferential matchmaking, unless we're totally different. We get the buffed version of this thing and preferential matchmaking, which would be insane. I'm trying to, you know, work the corner with the KV-85. He has a 122. I know that. And little T-34 isn't really doing a whole lot to me. It's just I would rather get shot by the T-34 once than I rather would the, you know, that 122mm gun. Just my opinion, but, you know, it is what it is. 220 alpha damage is not that bad, but the overall DPM's only around 2,000 without anything on it. It's an 1885. You put some rammer stuff on it, which I don't have. It would probably be up to about 2,000, a little over 2,000 damage per minute. Just wait on him to shoot. I'm gonna go around and nail him. I'm trying to get him to shoot at my front or hit my track. The problem is if he'd hit me and it would pin and do damage to me, it's gonna probably blow my engine pretty much, but my team's falling apart. I didn't even realize my loader was dead right now. I'm just hoping that this will be my last attempt to try to do a review on this tank. You don't understand the frustrations that I've had trying to make it. It's rough. Like, I don't want to do a live commentary. I'd rather do, you know, if I did a live commentary, I could get it done, but I would rather do post commentary after the games I've already done, as I've had good ones. So I thought he was going to come around, but he didn't, and I shoot high, and it put my loader back in. Just me and the Dicker Max. He's full health. We got an M6, E8, M44, Excelsior, and a KV-1S. And to be honest, I'm more afraid of the M44 than I am pretty much the whole team. I decided to go up here because I know they're coming from that direction. And there comes the Excelsior and the KV-1S. The Excelsior was, I know where he was going to go. He was going to try to get him around behind me. This dude had a premium fire extinguisher on a KV-1S. I mean, if you have the money, you spend that on tier 5. Go ahead, but the Artie, and then here comes the M6. Bounces his 90 off of me, I bounce off of him. I end up getting killed by the M6. Bounces another one off of me. I put one through him. I forgot he had a 90mm gun. And then I over-angled. And then he shoots me in the side. You know, he may have not had that 90mm gun, but pretty sure he did. So this game only did, you know, about 1,500 damage. Is the highest one on my team. I mean, I tried. And going to the next one, which is a tier 8 game on Cliff. This game, I really don't do a whole lot either, but more or less I support the team. This was the game that I put in to show that you don't have to do number 1. You don't have to work yourself trying to be the best one on your team. As long as you win and you don't spam premium, lose the whole purpose of having a premium thing, which is earn money and stuff, and you just, you know, stick with your team, do what you do, you'll still do, you know, as long as you make a profit and win. That's, I mean, that's, to me, that's what the whole point of having a premium tank is. I mean, is to get profit. But some people play premium tanks and shooting up gold shells at you. I mean, that's what it is. But with 132 pin, you gotta kind of, it's more or less, do you want to win or do you want to make money? I'm not saying you can't shoot premium rounds and then make money, but when you're spamming APCRs at people and you come out where you should have made 80,000 and you're coming out paying 20,000, I mean, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a premium tank, in my opinion. So I try not to shoot premium rounds, but sometimes when I'm playing order tanks, I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? I just feel like being a dick. I'm gonna shoot my 375 pin APCRs out of my T110E3, and there's nothing you can do about it. I do the same thing in my Jag PNG 100 that has 420 pin, and I just like to spam the hell out of them. Now these two IS-3s up here, I knew that if I got shot twice, I was gone pretty much. Bounces off of me, I bounce off of him, obviously. I just shot at him just for effect, you know. Bounces another one off me. See, the thing is, like, I like about the Tiger is I like the gun mantlet. Well, there's things I don't like about it. Is like I don't like that it's flat, but I like the gun mantlet at the same time because it kind of does absorb shots. But he did not hit my gun mantlet. He actually hit the outer corners. Like, he kind of like the cheeks, but it's more like rounded. You know what I'm saying? It comes up flat. It's kind of angled in. They hit there, as far as I know. They did not hit the roof of my turret. Because if they did, they probably would have matched it. This Giant Tiger 88 is probably my personal pick for the Moneymaker Tier 8. I'm going to be working on getting the rental for the T54 Mod 1. If you guys want to see that, I'll do live commentary with it so I can just go ahead and get it out. It's not really going to be a review until it comes out on console, because I have no idea when we're going to get that. It's just, I know we're going to get Japanese tanks this year, but this is going to be coming out first, obviously, and you got June and July coming up. Russians were done over the summer, from what I can remember. I think they were. We'll probably get that. Japanese heavy tanks too. We might go ahead and get French tanks and Japanese tanks at the same time. My honest opinion, I think we should go ahead and keep updating and don't worry about PS4 being behind us. I mean, we're paying for them, or some people do, some people don't. I got premium tanks. I got premium time. I got stuff like that. I'm getting ready to get shot again. That's what really fucks me up right there, is getting hit by that ISU again. I mean, in my opinion, the original console should be getting just as much, if not more, attention than the second thing it came out on. I understand that they're not as far ahead as us, but how hard is it to copy and paste, pretty much, and you know what I'm saying. But I think we should be getting more tanks and more content, maybe new maps. I mean, we have the T-3488, that's not on PC. We can make up new premium tanks. I mean, if I was going to make a premium tank for British, you know, I mean, there's kind of, you can have like a Centurion, I guess. I mean, the FV-4202 would be knocked down to tier 8, and that's kind of their tier 8, honestly. And then there's that A45 or something, whatever it's called, but they need a good one. Some people say the FV4202P, that's the tier 8, that's the after Centurion Action Nets took its place. You know, some people say, yeah, it's good, but then I'm sitting here, I'm like, alright, so you gotta think, America has 2, Germany has 3, yeah, they got 3. Britain, or not British, French have 1, actually they have 2 if you count the Liberty or whatever it's called. And Japan has theirs, and America has 3 actually, if you count the Freedom and the Independence on Blitz. China has the T-34-3 and the 112 and the WC. See, they got, I mean, Britain kind of needs some love in the premium tank department. We can just make up something. It wouldn't be that hard. Made a T-34-8. We can make a, say we gave, I gotta think, honestly, what kind of tank would it be if I had to make one? Give it to Britain. I mean, like a, say it was a Centurion, right? With Centurion 1 with an American 90mm gun on it. And you get, that's like 190 pin, but you get a good rate of fire and some pretty good aim time. You leave with a Centurion turret. I don't know if it'd fit. I don't know if that would work, but you know, in my opinion, if I could make one, that's what I would do. Anyways, guys, I didn't really talk about the tank that much. I did it in the early parts, but I was just talking about content and how I feel about water tanks on console. Anyways, guys, this is coming to an end. I'll see you guys later.